Hello, welcome to the project, I guess. Terrible start, I know. So, um, sorry if this recording isn't the best. Just woke up. Well, I didn't just wake up, but yeah. So this is a project that I've been working on for a week. It's a short little first part of it. So I asked my community on Twitch what were their favorite Pokemon from numbers 1 to 386 excluding legends, and I ended up with 5 people responding. Well, and so I added myself in. So my favorite is Squirtle, so Squirtle's in the top right corner. You're into Crumple chose the Eevee line, specifically Umbreon, so Umbreon is there. Mario Sonic Star chose Treecko. Unlimited Sadness chose Torchic. Soup chose Weedle, and Glazed chose Larvitar. Now, I'm not a speedrunner, and I'm not a perfectionist in this case, because it's 2 hour long recordings with no breaks in between. So there were mistakes made in every single run. No run is mistakeless. Every single run has a mistake. As you can see right there with the Crumple run, where I'm literally fixing the fact that the settings were not changed where everyone else's were. I basically did the runs in the order of which I thought they would finish, except for the last two. And essentially, the ones with the most mistakes will be the ones that are further ahead, that end up finishing further ahead. Because I felt like if I did the ones that have the highest chance of me not failing first, then the mistakes, aren't going to be on that big of a scale. So as you see, everyone here, and another thing, rules. Almost forgot that. Most important, they're going to be in the description of the video when I upload this to YouTube as well. But it's going to be premiering first on Twitch. So yeah, first video premiere on Twitch. Woo! So yeah, rules. I can only use the Pokemon designated in battle. So Urantin, Squirtle, Crumple, Eevee / Umbreon, Mario, Sonic Star, the Treecko line, Sadness, the Torchic line, Soup, the Weedle line, Glazed, the Larvitar line. Only that one Pokemon can be used in battle. Number 2. So that means basically if you catch a Pokemon for HM, you put them in the PC until you need them, such as when you're fighting specific gyms where you need Pokemon in your party, such as Erica and Lieutenant Surgery regarding Cut. Second, there is no grinding in this run unless you hit a point where you are stuck. That means there's literally nothing else you can do in the game. So you have no choice but to grind whatsoever. And the third rule is there are no items in battle. Yeah, no items in battle. Held items are fine, but no items in battle. So with that said, we are off to the start. Right now we have leading out of Pallet Town is Unlimited Sadness, followed by Soup, so Torchic in front, Weedle in second, Eevee in third, Treecko in fourth, Squirtle in 5th, Larvitar in 6th. Now right here, the goal of this run, right here I decided on the HMs very early, and I realized that there's no way for me to ever use Flash, because Flash, you need 10 Pokemon in your Pokedex. I'm not going to go around catching so many Pokemon just for the Pokedex reasons. So for that reason, I already acknowledged, so I can't get Flash. So my original strategy, which was going to be catch a Pidgey, and then catch an Oddish, and then use Lapras for Surf and Strength, kind of got flushed out the window because that's unnecessary. But in the case of here, all of them are going to be trying to catch a Pidgey. They're going to try to YOLO ball it. Every single one is going to try to YOLO ball. Some get YOLO balls, some do not. And again, as you can see, Sadness, we just made a mistake. We went to move Pokemon instead of just... We went to move Pokemon instead of deposit. And with a lot of these ones, when the YOLO ball doesn't work, you have to damage the Pokemon. In the case of Soup, he got hit with a critical hit on that Pidgey, but he got it on the second ball, so he didn't have to worry. Glaze. And then there are other people who just had absolute terrible luck finding Pidgey. Like Marson took a while to get Pidgey, and also wild Pokemon luck. Like, there's no grinding, there's no real reason to get extra for the Pokemon, Yeah, see, Sadness meandering there a little bit, that's me being undecided as well. But still, Sadness is leading. Again, Crumple, another one where I made a mistake and used move. Marson took forever to get his Pidgey. Marson is dead last right now. But coming up, you've seen the Pokemon, and you can kind of tell how this is gonna go. Because Pokemon games, for some reason, were obsessed with the first gym leader being a rock-type gym leader. Oh, here's another thing. Some of these I went out of my way to buy stuff for, and others I forgot. So right now, in the lead, we have Glazed, actually. Very slightly in the lead here. Getting through the tutorial before Sadness. And I believe Marston is still behind. Yeah, it's a very, very slight lead between Glazed. With Glazed slightly leading and Sadness right on Glazed. Now, the first battle coming up for these two can actually be pretty dangerous in Fire Red. Now, depending on how the Pokemon you started with, Pokemon have different growth rates. Larvitar has an exceptionally good typing for this run. A really, really good typing for this run. That is no joke. Larvitar is really well off. Ooh, Glazed runs into a wild Pokemon. Sadness does not. Gets the item and runs into a wild Pokemon. And another problem Larvitar has is that Larvitar is slow. So there are going to be instances where Larvitar runs into Pokemon and he cannot run away. That's bad for Glazed. That's really, really bad for Glazed. As you can see, Crumple's Eevee has Runaway, which is... I think you can get adaptability in this gen, which means Runaway is not a good choice. I didn't reset, by the way. I didn't reset for anybody's starter. So if your starter has bad IVs, your starter has bad IVs. That's just the way it goes. So right here, I wish I did this when I wasn't completely asleep. I didn't get much sleep. But anyway, Sadness is once again the first, and he reaches the first trainer. Now this trainer is very dangerous in this run. Now, normally this trainer would not be an issue. Normally they wouldn't. You go in, you have a bunch of Pokemon, you use items in battle if anything goes wrong, it has Poison Sting, and that is what makes it scary. As you can see, Glaze got very unlucky. He's running into wild Pokemon and he already got poisoned. I did not buy any real antidotes with him, which is an issue. But as you can see, with this run, especially for Treecko, it's going to be very hard because Poison Sting is super effective. Squirtle got poisoned very early on in that match. That's going to make that match very hard. Eevee looking very... He's actually... Oh, Crumple's in the lead right now, I believe. He's doing the most damage. Yeah, Crumple's leading right now. And then we have Soup. Soup has an issue here. Poison type versus Poison type. And he's already a level below, so he's going to have to gain a lot of string shots if he wants to... Like I said, I didn't really... Oh, I just realized my editing is kind of trash. I need to fix that. Anyway, y'all won't see that. I'll fix that before the video even goes up. But as you can see, Crumple has taken an early lead. Sadness is in second right now. But again, we have Brock. Brock is the first gym leader coming up. And Brock is very much... The only people with an advantage over Brock right now are myself, Marson, and Glazed. Sadness does not have an... Sadness is lucky enough to be a fire type, which means he's hitting from the special side. And Brock's Pokemon are not special. Ooh. And see, the poison just takes out Squirtle. That is a huge time loss for Squirtle. They're already dropping behind. Not very good there for Squirtle. And Treecko managing to get ahead of Squirtle on that first battle there. Crumple and Unlimited Sadness are definitely battling. By the way, yes, you're watching it correctly. Soup is still in that one battle. Soup, bro, why'd you choose Weedle, bro? Is Kakuna being a funny name to you enough for, like, I literally was on my phone this entire time, just scrolling like, yeah, this battle's gonna take forever. Yeah, man, Soup, what were you thinking, bro? So there you go, Crumple getting poisoned on the second match, and that was gonna be very bad for Crumple, because he's gonna go down here. And that's a time loss. And now Treecko is once again Treecko's in a very disadvantageous spot. Again, he has to fight two Weedles. And here's the thing with Glazed. Glazed also got poisoned on the match, he managed to win it. So I go up here, give him a potion, and then I basically get the antidote. Squirtle is back at the first fight again. The whole thing is to try to not get poisoned, because getting poisoned would be the end of that if you're unlucky. Crumple got sent all the way back. Sadness has once again taken the lead. Soup finally has lost the battle because there's no way you're going to win with only Poison Sting. And it's not like it's impossible to win, it's just you need some ridiculous levels of luck. And this is where I say I make mistakes in runs. Because I could have immediately gone from here to the trainer with the Metapod, but instead I decide to fight that Weedle trainer 2 more times with Soup before doing that. And like I said, Poison goes a long way in this run. Poison goes so far. Oh, and there goes Marson. Down again. Like I said, the start of Fire Red is actually very tough. Like, Charmander would probably get to Brock first and probably beat Brock first in a run like this for one advantage that Charmander gets that no one else gets. If Charmander is able to defeat the Squirtle at the start of the game, he gets to level 6. If he's able, and a lot of these Pokemon lost their first battle. Eevee won, Squirtle won, and Larvitar won. Every other Pokemon lost. So Weedle missed out on experience, Torchic missed out on experience, Treecko missed out on experience. I missed what happened with Sadness. Did he get knocked out as well? It looks very likely. Or did he go back to heal? Probably have to go back to heal or something. Either way, Sadness is fighting the third trainer now. Eevee is once again fighting the second trainer. Glazed wiped out here. Glazed got poisoned, and unfortunately, he was not able to finish off the second trainer, which is a thing. And as you can see, whiting out is a thing that happens pretty often at the start here. Poison is the worst enemy. I don't know what mons would probably do exceptionally well on this run, but I think a very strong poison type, or like something along the lines of a Coughing, would probably do pretty well here, because Coughing would have a lot of things going for it. First of all, Coughing would be a pure poison type, meaning, yeah, later on in the run he's going to have a lot of health to play for being pure poison, but he's going to be over leveled by them because you fight every single trainer in these runs. But what would happen is, Coughing starts with Poison Gas. You poison the Pokemon you're probably going to be the Charmander, if he was his run. Poison it, and then tackle it to death. You fight the Weedle, you literally cannot get poisoned, because you're a poison type. You're going to tank everything that Caterpie sends to you, and you just go to Brock. Oh, they're also going to fight the second rival battle, so that's it. So just Uran 10 finally getting past the second battle, Crumple starting the third battle, Sadness on the fourth battle right about now, Glaze getting to his rematch with the second battle. Treecko poisoned again. This battle I remember with Treecko was brutal. Treecko being a grass type made that second battle so hard that I think that it was really, really, really bad. It was really bad. No, like that critical hit is not gonna save it. That absorb is not gonna help. It's just really bad for Treecko here, especially because there's nothing he can do. Once you get poisoned, no items in battle. There's no Pecha Berry trees laying around. He's just gonna eat that. Now Torchic, Unlimited Sadness, has reached to level 10, and with that has gotten Ember. And with that, Sadness is moving now. Like, Sadness has the lead even without that. But now with Ember, Sadness has literally nothing to fear but fear itself, I guess. So Sadness is going to basically have a decent lead while other Pokemon are going to be struggling. Like, again, Soup with his white out still going, and Sadness now basically going towards the last train in the forest, while Uran, myself, is essentially just beating the second trainer. Well, the third trainer. Crumple is on the fourth trainer. Marson is still struggling with the second trainer, and Glaze just made it to the second trainer. This lead that Torchic has isn't very small. It may seem like it's not that big of a deal, but this early on, when you have the ability to basically one-shot everything, it goes a long way. Yes, he's like 2 trainers ahead, and that's not that big of a deal, but it goes very far in a run like this. Early game will determine a lot of how this goes, and by early game I mean like the first 3 gyms essentially going to determine the factor of who wins versus who doesn't and all that fun stuff. So Squirtle is on that 4th trainer before on the second to last trainer of the Bug Forest. Sadness is heading back for the rival battle right now. Crumple is also on the exact same trainer as well with Squirtle, so they're both pretty much neck and neck here. Glazed is having a little bit of trouble here with wild Pokemon, but he's approaching that battle as well. Marson once again getting absolutely bodied by poison, by the fact that it is a grass type in this situation. And let me just say, 2 of my favorite Pokemon are in this one. Treecko and Squirtle are in this one. I love both Pokemon to death, and I will say pure grass types have it very hard at the start. A grass poison type would probably make this run a little easier. Not an Oddish. Oddish would have a lot of trouble with this run for one reason. I don't know when Oddish learns Sweet Scent, but Oddish would have trouble getting past a lot of Pokemon, and it would take forever to beat a lot of these trainers. So there we have it. Uran is in second, I believe, about to take on the final bug catcher. And now Sadness leading is taking on the second rival battle. He's gonna move Ember into the front, and this rival battle is one of the most dangerous for one reason or the other. The Fire Red rival starts off with a Pidgey. He always leads with his Pidgey, his Pidgeotto, his Pidgeot. And for the first few battles, this Pidgeot is always going to start off with Sand Attack. That sucks. That actually sucks. That means your accuracy is down. Right now, Sadness is literally... And I realize that they don't actually get their elemental move in this second battle. So they made it easier so that you can actually get through this without them like spamming Ember or Leech Seed in the case of Bulbasaur, or Bubble in the case of Squirtle. So in this case, Sadness is getting a lot of hits, but he's also missing, and that's an unnecessary crit there. If he misses now, oh, and the tackle, and he's down. Loses the battle because of one sand attack hitting. Absolutely insane. Both Eevee and Squirtle are making their way back, while Larvitar is once again in the final battle of the forest. So we have opportunity to catch up here for both Uran and Crumple. Uran in second, Crumple in third. Soup's still having a lot of trouble there. I missed what happened to Marson, but I'm assuming he probably got bodied again because of how poison types love grass types in this game. So there is that. That's what he has going for him. So Sadness once again going to approach the battle. About to start it. Uran just exiting the forest. Crumple still making his way to the forest. Remember, wild Pokemon luck is also a thing you have to account for. Blaze making his way out of the forest. This is the third time I believe I'm fighting with Weedle. At second Weedle fight. At first Weedle fight. And yeah. Soup bro. Weedle's having some problems here. So I go ahead and I collect the item there that I didn't collect on the original start with Uran there. So Torchic, Sadness once again running away right now. Gonna be tackling the second rival battle for the second time. Hoping to wipe it out. This time I do believe the sand attack did hit, but I don't think it affected the battle at all, allowing Sadness to quickly take advantage of that and win. Now, Uran once again is starting off the battle, and now Uran is fighting off against the Pidgey, and that's 2 sand attacks already at the start. 2 sand attacks. Also, Marson, one of the problems he was having is that they were always using String Shot, which is beneficial to him at the same time, but it slows him down. At level 11, Treecko learned Quick Attack, which means he can always go first, meaning that he has an extra turn in a lot of cases to not get hit, making it very easy for him. As long as he doesn't get poisoned, he's able to take advantage and not have to deal with Kakuna harding up so much. That's why he was able to go through. As you can see, Squirtle had a lot of trouble here, and now Eevee has entered the battle. Squirtle is just constantly missing. This Pidgey is just doing all manner of evil. He is down to like 4 HP for the Bulbasaur, but learns Water Gun, which is very good. Glazed starts the battle as well. Glazed making good progress, actually. We have a very close race here. I mean, Sadness is kind of running away with it right now, but it is a rock type gym, which should slow down the fire type. And Weedle goes to level 7, but we're not going to see an evolution here because we only have 7 HP. We only have 7 HP. We're slower because of all the string shots. This Caterpie is going to demolish us. And Caterpie cannot get poisoned because of its ability Shield Dust, which would have been very good for Weedle if it could get poisoned. But Shield Dust comes in clutch. Weedle gets wiped out. There's no evolution, so yeah. Weedle misses out on Harden, which could be a deal pretty bad there. It's at this point I decided, let's try to fight another trainer. Let's try to get around. There's no way we're gonna, it's not gonna work out very well. So Uran lost the battle, is going back for it. Crumple was able to successfully win. Glazed was able to win, so Crumple is now in second. Sadness has made it to Pewter City. Glazed is in third and is now going to try to make his way to Pewter City. And Marson, who is sitting in 5th place right now, is now finally on the 3rd trainer of the forest after getting poisoned a million times. He's making his way to the 4th trainer now. So now Squirtle has a nice little change. He's going to speed type with the Pidgey, and the Pidgey goes for tackle, which is very good for him. He has Water Gun, which means he's able to now 2-shot the Pidgey, which means he's able to make a good distance. Crumple here is now making his way through the forest. Glazed about to join, and Sadness is starting off the battle against the gym leader. right here. Well, against the first trainer in the gym. Now, Ember is doing about a quarter of that Geodude's HP. That is something to look at because Brock's Pokemon are weak on the special side, but a quarter of his HP when Geodude can hit pretty hard with Tackle is not necessarily a good thing, and it takes a while, so that means taking a lot of damage. And if you take too much damage, Brock's Rock Tomb will be an issue here. So the fact that Geodude is 2 levels below is not a good sign for Sadness. You also have to look at the wild Pokemon luck that they're having. Crumple running into a Pikachu when he doesn't need to. He just needs to get out of the forest, get to Brock, and start fighting Brock. So making his way out, Glaze again with the wild Pokemon luck. Glaze was having very bad wild Pokemon luck earlier, and still having it right here. And because Larvitar is very, very slow as a Pokemon because it's a rock type, it is very hard for Larvitar to run away from Pokemon. Meaning that even though Glazed is definitely absolutely killing it in his run versus the trainers, he's having a lot of trouble right here. So again, Soup, I went to try the second trainer with the 2 Caterpies. It doesn't work out. Gets wiped out here again. So Soup has not defeated a single trainer outside of the first. Yeah, he's not defeated a single trainer as of this moment. While Sadness is literally fighting Brock. Crazy. So Crumple begins his fight against Camper Liam. This is going to be one of those matches where he has to pull out a very cheap strategy. So the strategy here for Crumple is you're going to want to Sand Attack as many times as you possibly can to lower this Geodude's accuracy. And then you're going to want to Tail Whip a lot. Get the Geodude to at least -2 before you start attacking, so that you can actually do decent damage. Sadness is fighting against Brock here, doing very well. Brock is using Tackle, not not Rock Tomb, which is very good here. And there it is. It was a speed type. Very unfortunate for Torchic right there. Gonna get Rock Tomb and gonna get wiped out, losing to Brock. Glazed once again is right there. He's fighting Campbellium. Has just gotten past the Geodude that Crumple is struggling with right now. So that goes a long way. So now this is the point where with Soup I decide to go for the trainer with the 3 Pokemon with the 2 Metapods, because that could go a very long way, especially because you can poison Metapod. Those Shed Skin can cure it. Treecko was having a little bit of trouble here, but managed to defeat the last trainer in the Viridian Forest, so is now going to head back for his rival battle. Now, Sadness is once again trying Brock, and Squirtle has made it to the battle. Squirtle is now in 3rd as he slides past Crumple's Eevee, and Glazed is just defeated Campbellium. Now, we have 3 Pokemon at Brock, basically right now. We have Squirtle with Water Gun, which would basically be a one-shot on both of Brock's Pokemon. We have Glazed with Bite, which is on the special side, which is very important in a battle like this. So for Glazed, this is going to go a very long way. It's going to make it mean that he can do a lot more damage. And we have Sadness with Ember, which is not very effective, which means he's going to be the slowest here. But also, he's still hitting with the same type of attack bonus and damage. So Sadness has now started to fight Onix. Glazed has now begun to fight Onix as well. We have 2 Pokemon on Onix, and we have Squirtle just starting on the Geodude. And the Geodude gets one shot. Marston heading back to do the second rival battle. Camper Liam defeats Crumple's Eevee. This is where Eevee's run kinda has a lot of issues, because unfortunately for Eevee, Bite would make Brock pretty much moot. It wouldn't matter that much. So there we have it. We have you guys saw it, right? Sadness is Torchic barely defeated Brock's Onix before Squirtle did. Barely. But Squirtle is going to be the first out of the battle, because Torchic learned a move on level up. I believe Torchic learned Peck on level up. And that's not all. Torchic also grew to level 16. That means Torchic is also going to evolve, which means evolution is very big. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing to evolve, but at this moment, Squirtle is going to take a very slight lead due to Torchic taking time to evolve. I try to teach Larvitar Rock Tomb as Blaze is in second now, as he has just defeated Brock as well. And turns out Larvitar can't learn Rock Tomb. That's a problem. Larvitar only having Bite means Power Points is going to be an issue, and there are lots of mons coming up that actually are problematic for Larvitar. Sadness once again leveling up, getting double kick, and Squirtle, we got some repels, and we're gonna be heading towards now. Now that we got repels, we don't have to worry too much about the wild Pokemon popping up so much. So it's really good there. Treecko is fighting against the Charmander right now, Marson, and he takes it out and is now free to go and fight Brock. We have Weedle finally evolving as he defeats the first trainer of his run, while three of them have already defeated Brock. Now Squirtle is off, basically running away with his little lead right now. Doesn't even really need to heal after that battle, while Glaze now gets his running shoes. Sadness is now doing shopping. Soup, see who it is. There's your Kakuna. Are you happy now? Are you happy that you got your Kakuna at level 9? So, at this point, I have a choice with Kakuna. And I used a potion there because I was just thinking about going, but then I decided to check. How many poison stings do I have? I cannot beat that level 9 trainer right now because I don't have enough to wipe him out. I would literally be able to beat the Weedle because I have more HP as Kakuna, but it wouldn't work out that well. So in this case, I decide to head back to the level 8 trainer, see if I could wipe him out with the amount of poison stings I have. Now, Squirtle is evolving right here, right after beating Lash Janice. That means that Squirtle is very slightly in the lead here. Gonna reorder my moves with Combusken and begin fighting my way through. This is the point where speed goes a long way now. Squirtle is also going to get a heal. This is what your potions are for, so that you can keep going. But Wartortle having a very slight lead over Sadness right now. Crumple is still struggling with Camper Liam's Geodude. It's very problematic. This match is not good for Eevee. He doesn't even have that big of a level advantage, so the Sanitech strat has to go far. Both Glazed and Uran are on the same one, but this is a big advantage here for Combusken, or it should be, as Glazed is not able to one-shot necessarily, but Combusken has Ember, which is a guaranteed KO. But Wartortle, because of that evolution, his Water Gun is actually doing enough damage to one-shot the Weedle, not the Caterpie, but the Weedle, which is definitely going to do a lot of save time. But right here, Combusken with the amount of bug catchers, until Wartortle is able to hit that one-shot everything level, Combusken has a huge advantage, because even if Combusken isn't necessarily able to one-shot everything with Ember, Double Kick will probably fill in that gap, unless the opponent is a Poison type. So right now, Uran has a very slight lead. Sadness has taken second over Glazed with this bug catcher, and he's literally right on Wartortle. These two are neck and neck for first. Soup got once again fighting the level 8 did not work out. We didn't run out of poison stings. We would have run out of poison stings, by the way, but it was not enough damage being done, and because we can't poison, we basically got beat, like actively beaten in that match. So yeah, that's what went down there. Now, as you can see, Marson has now made it to the gym fighting Camper Liam. He has now entered 4th place, getting past Eevee. Crumple, who is struggling with Camper Liam. So Crumple is struggling right now, and it makes sense for him to struggle against this trainer. Like, rock types are a problem, though I don't know why he has Sandshrew, because Sandshrew is a ground type, but that's gonna wipe Crumple out. Once again, I'm gonna have to go through the whole song and dance with you, dude. Now, if I'm seeing this correctly, I believe Sadness has just taken the lead over Uran very slightly with this Ember one-shotting, allowing him to take a very quick, slight lead here. Now, coming up is going to be the Misty fight, which is it's going to be Mount Moon, but it's also going to be the Misty fight coming right after that, depending on it, and the rival fight. So, for a lot of these Pokemon, that's not necessarily an issue per se. I need to drink some more water bottle before starting this. That's not necessarily going to be an issue. So Sadness actually, no, Sadness is actually still behind Uran very slightly. And Marson has defeated Brock and has evolved into Grovyle, securing his 4th place spot, while Glazed is still moving along in 3rd place. Though that poisoning does not look very good for Glazed. Yeah, that poisoning is not good for Glazed. Glazed is going to be sent back here. That was an unfortunate poison. That is going to knock him right back to Pure City. While both Sadness and Uran continue their trek onwards. That's Glazed now slowing down, as unlike the others who now have the same type of attack bonus and more powerful attacks at their disposal to help them through. Sadness having same type of attack bonus on fighting type moves. Yeah, so here we also taught Grovyle Rock Tomb on Marson. That goes a very long way because Marson kinda needs it. Flying types are going to be an issue, so having a rock type move and fire types also going to be an issue. So having rock type moves are going to go very far. I'm going to try. You're going to hear a lot of complaining in this video, aren't you? But yeah. Oh, poison point from Nidoran. That's probably off of something. So Uran is still very slightly leading. That antidote use is going to slow down Sadness a little bit, but he has to do it. Oh my god, my throat. Why is this happening now? But as you can see, Soup is still struggling. Here he's fighting the level 8 trainer. No, he's fighting not fighting the level 8 trainer. He's fighting the he's fighting the level 8 trainer, isn't he? Or is that a oh no, he's finally fighting the first trainer again. This time he's able to get through the Weedle without any issues. And now he's taking out the Caterpie. And he manages to take it out. Not enough to get to Beedrill, unfortunately, which would be very useful to him right now, as getting to Beedrill would allow him to go a lot faster, get Fury Attack, and he'd probably be able, he's going to take the opportunity to heal here. And because of how much Crumple is struggling, Soup has a legitimate chance to catch up to Crumple. Now, Sadness is right underneath Wartortle. They're neck and neck with this competition here. And for Combusken, this is actually really good, as Jigglypuff is especially defensive. So Wartortle would take a longer time to take care of it. But here, Sadness takes the lead as Wartortle learns Bite. So Sadness once again reclaiming his lead after losing it. But I make a mistake here thinking that there's an item there, and I run into a wild Pokemon because I don't use my repels yet. So that was a mistake that was made. Sadness was a second run. Wartortle, I also make a similar mistake with Wartortle. And I talked to that guy thinking he's a trainer, so again, time loss on both, but not big deals. So I go for the Person Berry first with Sadness to heal. Wartortle goes to heal first, so they're both neck and neck once again. Glazed is making his way through the route still, and also making their way through the route is Marson and Treecko. So Uran gets the Person Berry. Sadness enters Mount Moon first. I missed the door myself, and is quickly gonna use a repel. I forget to use a repel on the first one, and then I realize as I run into a wild Pokemon, oh snap, repels. So that is an issue for little time loss on the Squirtle side there, but it is what it is. Now Glazed has just made it past another trainer. He's gonna get poisoned again, so he's gonna be using antidotes. Poison was really bad to Larvitar. I should have stocked up on the antidotes a lot more. But here we have Rumple still struggling to get past Camperlium. Camperlium is giving him a lot of trouble here, while Soup is making his way to the last trainer. Now, both Marson and Glazed are really close, and both Uran and Sadness are also really close, with Sadness having a very, very slight lead over Uran right now, going through Mount Moon. Once again, Sadness has advantages here as all with these normal types, especially the special defensive ones like Clefairy and Jigglypuff, Double Kick goes a long way in essentially wiping them out in one hit, while Squirtle having to, or Wartortle having to rely on Water Gun is not going to be doing that much. So it goes a long way here. Glazed has now reached to the Eevee trainer, the final trainer on the route heading to Mount Moon, still in third, while Grovyle is struggling, not taking any chances with the Weedles anymore at all due to all the trouble. So we're gonna be going for Rock Tomb there. Now Soup is now finding the final trainer in the Viridian Forest. It's not his final trainer in the Viridian Forest, but it is the last trainer that you and the only mandatory trainer there. Doing this in this order so that he can get to Beedrill, which would allow him to get Fury Attack to go tackle the last two trainers that he missed. That would have been too problematic with just Poison Sting. So Soup is going to be making some progress here. Glazed is now heading in towards Mount Moon, still in third, while Marson is facing off against some trainers here. Now Mount Moon is the site of the second catch that every trainer has to make, and the final catch that every trainer has to do here. That is why you see Sadness running into a wild Pokemon right here. His Repel ran out in the middle of that corridor. That corridor, there is a chance to run in, there's a 100% chance in the corridor to run into, and that wild Pokemon is literally what gave Uran the chance to get ahead. Repel ran off for Uran right there. He also runs into wild Pokemon. They're both running into wild Pokemon. The attack on Zubat. The attack of Zubats. Glazed now into Mount Moon, making his way through. Gonna fight the first trainer there right about now. Crumple has finally defeated Camperlium from what I can tell here. So finally gonna go back, gonna go heal and begin the struggle against Brock. And boy, is the strata struggle. So there we go. They both ran into the Paras. Uran goes for the YOLO ball, gets it, I believe, on the first try. I wasn't paying enough attention. So Uran gets his Paras first, and then right after Sadness with the YOLO ball also gets a Paras. Very good. Now they don't have to worry about any more wild Pokemon encounters, so they can use the Repel and they can try to make their way through. Uran has a very slight lead now due to getting where he got his Paras, and it's a very slight lead going into the next trainer, but it's just a slightly. Glazed is now at the Clefairy trainer, and Marson is at the second to last trainer on the route outside. He's not neck and neck with Glazed, but he is much closer. What he is there. Soup finally defeats the other Weedle. Soup finally defeats that Weedle and has made it to Beedrill. The lowest level of all the evolutions out there. Final evolution, the first to be fully evolved, but is it going to be enough? Fury Attack is not that good of a move, but it is definitely going to go a long way. Now, the strategy here in Mount Moon, up to Mount Moon, the game is very straightforward. There's no branching paths. Once you get to Cerulean City, there is a branching path you can take. You can choose to fight Misty first and then fight your rival, or you can choose to fight your rival, get as much experience as possible, and then fight Misty afterwards. And if that's not enough experience, you can even go further, all the way down to clear out all the trainers on the routes below, all the trainers on the SSN, before having to come back to Misty. There's multiple options you can do there. So you won't necessarily be able to tell what's in the lead, because as you can tell with certain people, it's going to be very much not in their best interest to fight Misty off the bat. Misty has a Starmie. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but Misty has a Starmie. And Starmie has a base 115 speed. Starmie is the fastest water type by a mile. Because Starmie is the fastest water type, you're gonna most likely get outspeed by it. This is not a slow Pokemon you're going to get outsped, and it is not gonna be easy in the slightest for you to get over here. So Marson, 4th into Mount Moon. Both Wartortle and Sadness are on the same trainer. Wartortle going for Bite on this trainer, and Combustion going for Ember. Ember being a 1-shot on... Bite was a 3-shot on the Oddish, and was a 1-shot on the Bellsprouts. Bellsprout being more offensive and Oddish being more defensive. So right here, they're basically gonna both go fight the Rocket Nows. Uran very slightly in the lead. Glaze beating his first Rocket Glaze. Now looking for Paras, and is going to find his Paras right here. Soup is now heading back to fight the last set of trainers he missed, on his way back to face his second rival battle. And Crumple, here is Crumple's rock fight. So Crumple's strategy here is going to be very simple. You're going to want to Sand Attack this Geodude down to minimum accuracy. After that, you're going to want to lower its defense to -2 at least, which is going to be annoying because it has defense skill. It's going to keep increasing its defense. And then you're going to want to smash it until you essentially win. Now, just now, Marson found the TM for Bullet Seed and taught it. Bullet Seed is a 10 power move, but it hits up to 5 times, so it can be up to 50 power move. Absorb is a 20 power move. So, Bullet Seed is always as good as Absorb or better than Absorb. So, with that, it makes it a better move for him than Absorb could be. But Bullet Seed is still a very weak move, so until Marson gets to level 29 where he gets Leaf Blade, his grass type moves aren't that good. Now both Combusken and Uran are literally neck and neck. These two are not, like, they're neck and neck. It is crazy how close these two are. Soup's Beedrill is now starting to make some progress. Blaze making his way through the speed of the Super Nerd. Grovyle is now finally gonna be catching his Paras. I remember getting very upset at this Paras because, if I remember correctly, this Paras breaks out multiple times and Marson actually manages to only catch it on the final ball that he has, which is super problematic for Marson here. Because if he didn't catch it, he would have to go all the way back to, and also he got paralyzed multiple times in a row when trying to Bullet Seed to weaken it. It was actually one of the worst insane lucks. But here you see Crumple finally making it to Onix, and he's gonna be Sand Attacking it, hoping for the best here. Gonna get hurt by Bind, and Onix goes for Bind, he misses. Another Sand Attack. Repels runs out. Uran goes down. Uran still has a very slight lead over Sadness. Sadness finds the Moonstone. Now, with the randomizer, Moonstones are now able to evolve Eevee, because Eevee does not have Happiness doesn't affect Eevee's evolution in Fire Red because there's no day and night cycle programmed in. So due to that, Eevee only evolves into Umbreon via Moonstone via this ROM hat, via the randomized generator, which is basically what I used to change the starter. Crumple did lose there, and now we see Beedrill fighting against the rival, having a lot of trouble because of the sand attack, but he's gonna get all his fear attacks. So his fear attack doesn't have a high accuracy either, so that's really bad for him. But now we have Glaze once again fighting through another bug catcher. Which bug catcher is this? Oh, I don't remember what Glaze is. I literally don't know what Glaze is right now, so I'm gonna adjust. So there you go. Soup takes out the Charmander, is now on his way towards the gym. Uran is literally slightly leading, going out, heading towards the end of Mountain. Sadness is in second place, heading towards the end of Mountain as well. Blaze, oh, he fought that, but that's Blaze. Now I just remembered something. So we're gonna use this repel here with Blaze, but I just remembered that this trader here has grass types. Uh-oh. Grass types versus Larvitar. And Larvitar's level is not that big of an advantage here, so. And unlike later gens where Sandstorm, if I was able to use Sandstorm here, would basically double my special defense. That's not a thing in Gen 3. So, for Blaze here, it is problematic to get hit. He gets a lucky crit to get by, but his bite is not enough to wipe out. Bellsprout doesn't get much, and he's gonna get wiped out. He's got fine with it, which is very huge because unfortunately for Blaze here, Absorb is a weak move. Fine with is not. Fine with is gonna definitely be very close to one-shotting him, and that is problematic now. So he's gonna have some trouble. He's gonna get sent back, and that's gonna make a lot of some of that repel use not that good. So I'm gonna opt for Blaze because he has options to go as far as he can into the cave for a bit, as to avoid fighting her for a little bit, so that he can get a bit more experience, get a couple more levels, and come back and hopefully be able to deal with them. Now, Uran has picked up the Dome Fossil as the fossil. The fossil I chose wasn't really merit, it's just I choose a fossil because I chose a fossil. So, Uran makes it through. Sadness chose the Helix fossil. Here I could have taught Squirtle Mega Punch, and I do believe I don't, and I opt to just go. Okay, I found a berry there, so I skipped that berry with a lot of other triggers. I opt to skip Mega Punch entirely with Sadness as well. And now Uran is the first to enter Cerulean. Sadness will be the second to enter Cerulean. And we still have both Marson and Blaze in the forest. Now, Soup is making his way to the very first trainer. He's going to have to heal. As I've explained, Crumple strategy for Beating Rock, Sand Attack, Tail Whip, Tap. Soup's strategy is also very lucky, as it depends entirely on getting poisoned with Poison Sting and then doing as much damage as possible with Fury Attack to do the rock types. Now, here we see a split between Uran and Sadness. You can't tell who's in the lead anymore because they both chose to split off here. Uran had a very slight lead going into this, but they both chose to split off here. Now Uran is going to go ahead and tackle Misty first. The reason for this is Wartortle knows Bite. Bite is super effective against Misty's water type Pokemon and against Misty's psychic type Starmie. And as a water type, he's going to be able to resist water bulls. Now, I don't know if I gave him the Person Berry that I found, but if I gave Wartortle the Person Berry, that would have been a nice counter for any unfortunate confusion that could have occurred or could occur. I don't really remember how the battle went. It's been a while. Wartortle was the first one again. because I figured which one would reach the furthest in his typing. So, in this case, yeah, Uran is fighting. The trainers in me, and now it's left by Misty. While Sadness has just defeated the third rival battle and the second required rival battle. Marson making his way through the cave as well, and he's fighting the hiker about to go to the bottom part of Mount Moon. Still has to come back to fight the grass type trainer. But there you have it. Water Pulse is not going to do that much damage, not going to come from either. As Slug goes down, Sadness is now on his way to now, Starmie, as you can see, is faster. Like I said, it is the fastest water type. We're not even fully evolved. And Wartortle is not known for its speed. Blastoise isn't known for its speed. So, that is the thing, but it doesn't matter. With 2 quick bites, Blastoise, Wartortle quickly does away with Misty and gets rid and doesn't learn Rapid Spin, but this goes double for Wartortle. Now Wartortle with this also manages to get the TM for Water Pulse. Now with Water Pulse at Wartortle's disposal, this goes a lot further than you would think. Because this gives Wartortle a 60 base power move, much stronger than Water Gun to be the move he can use as well. Making it, he's going to be more guaranteed to get a lot more one-shots now. So, this goes a pretty decently long way for Wartortle here. Marson has now made it Marson has closed the gap on Glaze here. Now, essentially on the exact amount of trainers. They're basically on the same amount of trainers here, and the main thing is Glazed has to turn back to backtrack to fight the grass type trainer, while Marson doesn't have to do that. Marson already defeated her. The perks of not being a rock type, a rock ground type at that. So now Uran is beginning his battle against the second rival, and now we're gonna put Water Pulse up in front, and that's gonna go along with. It's not gonna be enough to wipe out the thing, but Wartortle didn't even bother to heal, as he's now going to go into Bulbasaur, Water Pulse, gonna do decent damage, and then Biden's gonna do, and he gets the Confusion as well. That is ridiculously good luck there. So Soup has now made it to Brock. He's gonna be trying his poison strategy, and Crumple is still doing the same Tail Whip and Sand Attack strategy. So Glaze now goes back to fight the trainer. Marson has now gone to fight the hiker and as well, so they're very close. They're very, very close here. Absorb hits, decent damage. Not what you want to see for Larvitar. That's not a good sign. But Biden's gonna take him out. That wasn't a crit either. That was good damage. So now Marson, what he wants to see here is, what Glaze wants to see here is a wipe out. He wants to make sure that he KOs the Bellsprout in one hit, but he doesn't, but he gets the flinch. And that is what he needed. Glazed makes it through that trainer and maintains his 3rd place position, while Marson is still there now. Uran has defeated both Misty and Rival 2 under an hour. That is a very good pace that they're going at. Sadness has defeated Sadness has defeated the rival and is still going, but we're basically at the halfway mark of the video here. And with this, I'm going to go ahead and just point out what we're seeing happening right now. Right now, we have in first place ambiguity. We do not know who's leading. We know that Uran has gotten both of the paths unlocked and is now on his way up to Bill, just like Sadness is on his way up to Bill, but Sadness has not fought Misty, so Sadness may seem like he's leading because he's fighting these trainers first, but that does not mean so, as the path has not reconverged yet. 3rd place, we know for a fact that Glazed is currently in 3rd. It is a very, very slight third at that, but Glaze is in third. Unfortunately for Glaze, he did run out of repels here, so now he's running into a lot of wild Pokemon. That will slow him down, but he is still in third place here. While Marson is literally right behind him. Like, they are essentially neck and neck. They're on the same trainer. Marson still has repels. They are literally neck and neck with this right here, right now. So third place and fourth place are very close. Mario Sonic Star has been doing major work to catch up to Larvitar here, as he was struggling. Larvitar has an issue coming up, as he has to go through the Misty area, which is he has to fight the rival battle or Misty. Both problematic, as Misty has water types. And the rival will have a Squirtle, which is going to be very problematic for him. And then we have essentially tied for last place Crumple and Soup. Now, Soup is doing a little bit of grinding here to get a higher level, as his failed attempts did not go very well and he's pretty close to leveling up. Crumple is essentially trying again. I don't know if Crumple did a level up already, but essentially they're going to be trying over and over again until they work out. For Soup, it is actually faster to fight Brock multiple times than to probably get the experience, because there's a chance you might possibly win with the poison, and Judo gives 220 experience on defeat. So it might be faster there. It might actually be faster to grind, I'm not sure. With Crumple, it takes forever to take care of Judo, so it is definitely 100% faster for Crumple to grind in the forest than take on the trainer. So here we have them, they're neck and neck, both on the same trainer here. Grovyle once again with the poison, Larvitar once again with the poison. Oh my god. Pursuit's gonna take it out. I should have gone for Pursuit first because it would have been Dark type attacking from the special side. And Larvitar is out. So yeah, Marson is just slightly behind Larvitar, but Glazed is gonna be third to make it out of Viridian Forest. While we've seen gaps have been established here. Good gaps have been established here. We have Uran and Sadness being the tier 1s, the top tiers of everybody. Here they are the leaders running away with it right here, right now. We have the tier 2, which is Glazed and Marson. Now, I try to see if he can learn Mega Punch or Mega Kick. Unfortunately, Larvitar cannot. That's a little bit of time lost there for him, but it is unfortunate because Larvitar is desperately in need of another move here. So I'm going to do something in Glaze's run that I didn't do with any other run. We also will teach Mega Punch to Grovyle, giving it a much stronger neutral move. Youngster Joey, Sadness is fighting Youngster Joey with his Rattata, top percent of Rattata, ha 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 ha. But there we have it. That is essentially where we are at with the midway point of this race. We have the top 2, Uranten and Sadness. We have on this. I also found it funny that the way I made the layout, turns out that the top 2 are literally right next, are on top of each other. The middle 2 are on the next side, and the 2 that are actually tied for last and having the most trouble are in the middle. Funny how that works. Actually funny how that works. So here we have a battle where Combusken is actually going to have a lot of trouble here because he's fighting a Slowpoke. Slowpoke is very defensive, and because Combusken's best move right now is like Peck or Quick Attack, I believe. Is it Quick Attack? No, it's Peck. Peck and Scratch. He has to basically spend time to just pet this one, which is time loss as he takes like 4 hits to KO it. While Wartortle is out here one-shotting pretty much everything with Water Pulse. So I can explicitly say right here at least that Wartortle definitely has a very slight lead going forward. So Wartortle slightly Sadness in second. Marson has opted to do the exact same thing that Wartortle did, so he's going to be on the exact same path as Wartortle. That is, you'll be able to compare how far behind Marson is to Wartortle here, but Marson has made it to, is basically going to be taking on Misty Gym. We accidentally misclicked there, and we get Pursuit instead of Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed would have definitely KO'd, so it was very unfortunate there. So I believe I should take the time to heal up here for Marson because of that mistake, because fighting Misty is dangerous, a lot more dangerous than you think. So we give him the Persian Berry and we use the Aurum Berry just in case we get unlucky and we get poisoned. Now, Soup is once again grinding to get another level. Glazed is, we got the rare candy that was hidden there for Glazed, and Glazed has managed to defeat the rival now, which is very good for Glazed. I believe, if I was correct, I'm pretty sure Glazed lost to the rival once, or maybe Glazed didn't lose to the rival and Glazed leveled up to get Rock Slide and he was able to win. I believe he lost and then I ended up leveling him up so that he got Rock Slide, and that was what he used to get through the rival battle. No, he didn't. No, so he never lost the rival battle. Okay, so he was fine then. Okay, yeah. So he never lost the rival battle. But here we see, right here, Marson getting extremely lucky and unlucky in the same battle. So what happened was he got 2 Bullet Seeds hits on the first hit, didn't do that much damage. Starmie got a crit Swift. He goes for another Bullet Seed. Starmie attacks first, obviously Starmie's faster, so he gets a crit Swift, followed by another crit Swift, leaving with 2 HP, 2 crits in a row, absolutely ridiculous bull. But he then gets a Bullet Seed that hits 3 times, which is enough to KO the Starmie. Actually ridiculous. I also realized that I forgot to put the Paras in the PC, so I do that now and heal up. So there we have a split. We have Glazed on the Sadness split and Marson on the Uran split. But again, Glazed has issues here. Critical hit, Grass type Pokemon, that is a problem here. That time loss is going to be very bad for Glazed. Too many grass types are popping up, making Larvitar having a lot of problems. Larvitar needs Rock Slide so badly right now, it's not funny. Now, the Sadness is making his way up to... I'm going to do something so unprofessional right now, because I have to. I really have to. I have to use the bathroom. Oh my god, I suck. So, what I'm going to do is, because I don't know how my audio is going to link up or match up properly, I don't have it recording in a very safe way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go ahead and you're probably going to hear a lot of silence because I don't have any music playing in the background. I might find some tracks and just play them right here in the background and hope that they don't get copyrighted or anything. Like, probably just going to add in some audio files from my own playlist. Have the audio be playing very low in comparison to my voice coming through, and yeah, have that be happening over here. So Sadness finally makes it to Bill, and I'm gonna take this opportunity to go and quickly use the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay, and as you can still see because of my lack of commentary on both Crumple and Soup, they are literally both still stuck in the fight Brock, lose, grind, fight Brock, lose, grind, fight Brock, lose, grind stage of their run. Well, Sadness has now made it to fight the Team Rocket Grunt, but he got put to sleep here. That was a very dangerous situation. He could have definitely suffered a major loss here, but wakes up in time. Doesn't have to worry about the confusion because Drowsy was not smart enough to spam confusion against him. So Sadness is able to quickly get Dig. So Uran has now saved Bill from a Pokemon. And we're gonna teach Combusken Dig. Are we? Why did we teach Dig? Oh, we taught it over Scratch. Okay, that makes sense. But why did I teach Dig? I don't remember why I taught Dig. I just know that I was teaching like almost everything Dig. But I didn't know that Dig in this gen was actually... I thought Dig was 80 power, but Dig is actually 60 power in Gen 3, which is kind of lame, actually. Kind of really lame. I don't know why. It was 100 in Gen 1, and now it's Gen 3 it's 60, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of trash, not gonna lie. Like, it doesn't need to be as strong as Earthquake, obviously, because it's not that good of a move. But still, you know, it goes a long way. So Glazed, once again, is gonna have to go up against... So Glazed is having more trouble here, as the number 5 on the Nugget Bridge has Low Kick. Larvitar is a very heavy Pokemon. Low Kick is gonna, and it's super effective, so it's gonna do a ton of damage here. So, and he's also slower. That is another issue here for Larvitar. So he's gonna wanna hit those Rock Slides, and he's gonna want those Rock Slides to KO. That Karate Chop almost takes it out, and that wasn't a crit. Karate Chop has a high crit ratio. He was very lucky to not be critted. And there we go. Wartortle learns Dig as well. And now Combusken is fighting the Water Gym. And here you all see the conversion. We have now seen them converge on each other. Urantan is slightly in the... It's not even a slight... It's a slight lead, but it's a 2-trainer lead at least over Sadness. It's a pretty decent time lead at least going into this. So Uran has, oh my god, mistakes being made. Uran has gotten a pretty decent lead here. Now, as you can see, you can also tell by the trainers that they're on, with Marson being 1 trainer below Glaze, basically being on the same trainer as Glaze, and has taken all of Misty gyms. You can see that Marson has taken 3rd place from Glazed. And Glaze has a lot of issues. Again, Larvitar has issues where his main issue is his low level leads. Because he has a low growth rate, he doesn't have a high level. Because he doesn't have a high level, he ends up in situations where, unfortunately, where if he was the level other Pokemon were at when they fought these things, he might actually be able to win. Not only that, he's still on his first form, while everyone else has essentially made it to 2nd stage or final stage. But him and Eevee are still on the same side. Eevee's not going to be able to evolve until that Moonstone in Mount Moon, which is a ways away for him, unfortunately, as Brock is like, no. Brock is literally just saying no to Crumple. Brock is literally just saying no to Soup. It is not good for either of them. But Marson has definitely made his 3rd place known. Now, I'm pretty sure I missed it, but Sadness was outsped by Misty with a level 29 Combusken and was absolutely massacred by Water Pulse. Stood no chance. So what's going to happen now is Sadness is going to go ahead and come back to Misty at a later point in time, because again, that That is a risky thing, but here we go. Wartortle is now going to be fighting this Butterfree trainer. Now, I should have healed up. I know I'm kind of spoiling what's going to happen, but I should have healed up here. Because we go into this Butterfree trainer, we go for Water Gun for some reason, because I didn't want to use Water Pulse apparently. I get paralyzed, or maybe I ran out of Water Pulses. And then I get confused, and Wartortle hits itself in confusion. And Wartortle literally hits itself in confusion until it kills itself. Yeah, so that was major time lost on Wartortle right there. Should have been an easy win, made it all the way through. If I healed up, that would have probably not been an issue, but unfortunately, that was a wipe out. So Wartortle gets massive time loss there, because he has to go all the way back down through the tunnel, through the underground path and everything. This is a major time loss for Wartortle here, and gives Sadness a decent chance to catch up. But remember, Sadness is still, even though Sadness has a chance to catch up, the fact that Wartortle, when the paths converged, was ahead says a lot. But it's not even like the paths completely converged, as Sadness still has yet to defeat Misty. So even if Sadness is on the same trainer, he's still an entire gym battle behind with a water type gym leader. So that in and of itself is problematic. Now, I've said it before, but we can clearly see that Glazed has fallen to 4th, and Marson is right there. They look neck and neck, but Marson is in 3rd. Marson has defeated all the gym trainers in Misty's gym and has defeated Misty herself. Glazed has yet to do that, and Glazed won't even be doing the Sadness run because he's very clearly going to lose if he tries to fight Misty after that. He's going to be outsped very easily, so Glazed is going to be making sure that Glazed fights every single trainer and not attempting like Sadness did before going back to Misty. Now, Wartortle also got put to sleep and confused in the second battle, but manages to get through at the exact same time as Combusket. Yo, what the hell? But there we go. Uran and Sadness are once again basically neck and neck. I don't know if I did the routes at the right order, but they're not neck and neck. You know, Wartortle is still a full trainer, full gym battle ahead. While, you know, is working. Now, Soup has made it to Onyx, and Onyx Rock Tomb missed. Good for Soup. Is it going to be enough? Is he going to get the poison? He gets the poison. But Rock Tomb hits, and he's down to 9 HP. And Speed fell. And Rock Tomb hits, and he's dead. See, that is the unfortunate part going on for Soup here. He has so much going for him, but at the same time he doesn't. And the same thing with Crumple. He has a lot going for him, but at the same time he also doesn't. So Crumple's going to be grinding up to 16 here. I mean, it's just... these two are essentially just stuck. And Marson and Glazed are moving. They're not moving. Glazed is moving a lot slower than Marson now, due to the unfortunateness of grass types being a thing. But the two of them are still very close together in this competition here. Sadness has made it. Okay, so that's what happened. So Sadness went on the ship first, and Uran went to the side first. So again, there's a split. Can't tell you how this is going to go. I really can't tell you how this is going to go. Okay, there we have it. That Machop is going to get Karate Chop. That does decent damage. We didn't take any real chances with that until we used Bite. But that is essentially how these battles go. Marston is making his way to Bill's house. He's very close. He's very close, actually. I don't know if Marston actually naturally passed Blaze as well. Oh, and there it is, Leaf Blade. With this, Marston's set. Marston's essentially set. He has a very good moveset. He's pretty much going to be rolling through everything at this point. No, I believe Blaze is still technically ahead in the trainers they're fighting. Combusken learns Brick Break over Double Kick for the fighting type move. That's a TM you find on the SSN that was Body Slam in the original Gen 1 games. And yeah, they're just literally fighting now. So I hope you guys are enjoying this premiere. I hope you guys are having a little bit of fun watching these different videos. I wish I could say I was happy with the results, but I'm not too happy because of the way I recorded this. Not because of the way I recorded, because of this sound recording, and I don't plan on re-recording it because I like my first reaction to be like live. Like I kind of know what's gonna happen to everyone, but I like seeing like where people pass each other and we're past reconvene, but we're basically entering a very long stretch of pure trainer battles for Wartortle, pure trainer battles for Sadness, and Crumple and Soup just banging their heads against the wall for God knows how long. And then there's Marson, who's gonna be trying to get a big enough lead off of Larvitar. I teach Larvitar's secret power because he can learn it. It gives him more power points. That was a TM that was hidden behind. I believe I messed up with one of them. I believe it was Treecko I messed up with, where I wasn't able to grab it, but it's fine. Cause Treecko wouldn't have any real use for it. He already has Mega Punch, which is a much better move. So yeah, Marston actually did straight up go past Blaze as well. So not only did he get past him on the break, he's now actually passed him on the breakaway as well. So it's like the gap is just widening there between Marston and Blaze right now. Like it's not even remote. The gap is widening. While you can't really tell who's leading between Uran and Sadness. I mean, you can tell. You already know Uran is leading. You can't compare their runs as they are. As Uran took out the trainers on the route first before heading towards SSN, while Sadness took out the SSN first before heading towards the trainers on the route. I believe Wartortle has about 3 more trainers on this route to deal with. 4 more, that is. The Gambler, an Electrician, and 2 Youngsters. While Sadness is at the bottom part of the ship, Blaze is now helping Bill not be a Pokemon, while Marson is now going to begin his trek out of Cerulean towards his 3rd gym badge. So on the same badge as both Sadness, well, on the same badge as Wartortle, but you can definitely tell that Marson is behind Tentacle as well. And that was the reason, and that was the main reason we got Dig actually for Combusken there. Now, Wartortle's run was first, and I thought Wartortle would be fine just biting and getting through the tentacles, but their special defense is very high, and Bite wasn't able to one-shot so I had to rely on Dig for them. And that's why I was like, on their subsequent run, which was Sadness's run, and every other run, we use Dig instead of whatever else move, because while it is a 2-turn move, it's a guaranteed one-shot as well. So yeah, that's essentially how things are going. Yeah. So as you can see, Glazed got wiped out. I don't even know what wiped out Glaze just now. Dang. Did he lose the Rocket Run? Oh yeah, the Rocket Run's Match Shop knocked him out. Yeah, Glaze just has, like, Larvitar has it rough. Larvitar is just, like, of all the pseudo legendaries in this run, I think Larvitar probably would have it the second hardest. Second only to Dratini. I think Bagon would have it. I think Bagon has the easiest run. Bagon, Dragon type, Bite for the most part is gonna carry him through. He's able to resist a lot of things. He also gets Ember fairly early as well. Dragon type, so he resists Misty. Bite, so he can get through Starmie. I mean, I think Bagon would do very well in a race like this. In comparison, the fact that Dratini would have to rely on Twister to get through Brock, because he'd have to rely on Twister, and Dratini gets Twister at level what? I think it's 15. Yeah, level 15. So he would be fighting against Brock using Leer, Wrap, Leer, Wrap, Leer, Wrap, losing, going back to the forest, using Wrap forever. Wrap is so weak. Oh my god, it'd take forever to just get to level 15 on that. He'd have Shed Skin, which would probably make poison not that big of a deal, but he would have so much trouble with that. He'd have to Wrap and then just, it'd be disgusting. It would be so disgusting. But anyway, enough of that. Blaze is now heading to the underground path. He is behind Marson, who is on the Butterfree trainer. Like, he's behind Marson. Like, yo, behind. Pumple and Soup losing in tandem. You love to see it. Kinda. Not really. Sadness making his way through the trainer. He's in the last room on the bottom floor of the SSN. And Uran just defeated the second trainer on the SSN. So Uran is also on SSN now, making some good work, working his way up to Sadness. Obviously, he's ahead of Sadness. But the gap is not that big. Bijo gets to 16, not like that's gonna change much, and now he's gonna go fight. Eevee is also at 16, so there's that. Oh my lord, these two are just. It is a struggle. That Squirtle was for Bite, allowing for Glaze to just go through instead of having to worry about a Water Gun. I don't think Glaze would have fainted to a Water Gun, but it would have been very close. And so, yeah. I don't know why the people are waiting, that's bad. But yeah, Wartortle is basically running to the SSN. Sadness is running to the other part of the SSN as well. Gonna take his heal here. There are two trainers on the outside here, so work being done. I believe they are both approaching evolution level, with Sadness being Yeah, they're both approaching evolution level. I don't know which one of them is going to evolve first, but they're both going to evolve before this. And they're both at 33. They're both very close. Squirtle having slightly more experience right now. Which makes sense since Squirtle is technically ahead, so of course he'd have more experience. Now, Blaze is fighting Elijah. That's not an issue. One rock slide is going to be the end of that. Just like one rock tomb was the end of that on Larvitar's side. Gets poisoned because of course Larvitar loves to get poisoned, you know. Can't be a Larvitar run without getting Elspeth and poisoned. Yeah, you love to see it. You don't love to see it. You really don't love to see it. It's very unfortunate. So Larson opts for the route first, just like Uran does. So that's what Marston's doing, the route first. Blaze is still making his way down. So there's that. I wanted to get this one out by Sunday, so that is why I'm kind of rushing it. So the next one's going to be a lot better put together. But I really wanted this out by Sunday, and I had to do the voice recording the Saturday before, because before the Zelda run. So, and because of my Fitbit that starts actively at 9 o'clock, where I have to start doing steps, I have to make sure that I did it before, in a 2-hour period before 9 o'clock. So I chose at 6:30, and I didn't sleep well at all. I didn't sleep well at all. So that's a big reason why it's coming off like this, but it is a nice way to see which evolutionary line kind of wins. There's human error in all of them, but you kind of see which one of them goes the furthest now. I go for Peck on Tentacool, and it one-shot, so Combuskin now doesn't have to rely on Dig for the Tentacles anymore. Now, Marston almost lost this battle. He almost lost. He had 20 HP left. That thing knew Sonic Boom. He got hit with 2 Sonic Booms prior to that. So he was very, very lucky that Leaf Bait critted, because he would have not been able to one-shot there. So he's going to go ahead and heal up himself here. Blaze, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the VS Seeker, because in case he needs to grind, this would be very useful to both Eevee. To both Eevee and Beedrill. They would have been able to grind up in between their battles easier, but it is what it is. I should have grabbed the VS Seeker with every other run, but I did not. And I had opportunity to, so that was on me. Now Sadness is making their way to the 4th rival battle and 3rd unskippable rival battle, and so is Uran. They're both slowly, Uran clearing at the bottom of the SSN right now, while Sadness is on the final part of the SSN. Sadness is also at level 35, I believe, and is getting very, very close to evolution level. And as you can see, Wartortle now, I've realized that Bite wasn't a one-shot. Wartortle is now using Dig, a 2-turn stage move. It's not faster, per se. It is faster than using Bite and getting the enemy to attack you, and actually hit you, but it's still not as effective as you'd want it to be. I opted for Dig there on Combuskin because Growlithe Intimidate, it's a thing. It actually can ruin stuff for you, so there's that. I need to drink water. My throat is dry. As soon as this recording is done. Just 25 more minutes and I can do that. But to recap, we are about 25 minutes away from the end of this run. In first place, we have Uran 10, Wartortle, Squirtle, currently in the SSN, making their way out towards Lieutenant Surge. Has fought all the trainers on Route 11, I believe it is, and is making their way towards the rival battle. Second place, we have Unlimited Sadness, who has not fought Misty as of yet. Doesn't have cut, will have to go back and fight Misty, and is now fighting with Combuskin against the fourth rival battle. In third place, we have Mario Sonic Star with Grovyle, who is clearing out Route 11 as we speak, and is very, very close to finishing off that route. Has 2 gym badges, is definitely in a good third position. In fourth place, we have Glazed, who has only 1 gym badge, has only defeated Brock, is also doing Route 11, and has fallen a decent-ish way behind. Mario Sonic Star, as he's literally behind the entire split of the Misty, with including the whole fact that he has not set foot in Misty's gym once. Yeah, there's a very decent gap between Glazed and Mario Sonic Star, and still tied for last because they're literally still fighting Brock over and over again, are both Crumple and Soup. That is a yikes for the two of them. That is actually a really big yikes. So Sadness takes the heal before leaving the ship, and now we watch as the SSN departs for the first time. Uran has made it to the outsider part and is basically gonna lose some time talking to people that are trainers. Again, Uran was the first run done, so it makes sense that way. So that's where the non-scientific part of it comes in. There are mistakes being made constantly now. So now Sadness has to go out to fight Route 11. He is to fight Route 11, and then after Route 11 he goes to fight Misty. But Sadness has essentially taken out every single trainer so far. Uran is still leading very slightly, very, very, very slightly, and is still losing time. Like, Uran is always going to be losing time because of being the first one and having the most human error, and every subsequent run will have less human error than the last. I managed to do this run in order of where they actually are in placement, which is actually kind of crazy. So, at the end of the day, there's only 20 minutes left, and you can clear as they see it. Wartortle is still leading in a decent way over Combustion, even with that time loss suffered. Sadness is in second place and still has to fight Misty. Wartortle is about to be the first to evolve into Blastoise, into its final, well, the second to evolve into its final form. That first privilege goes to Beedrill. You can tell that Mario Sonic Star is definitely going to finish this part in third place. He is too far behind Sadness to catch up to Sadness, and he's on the SSN right now, and he has a lot of way to go. While, yes, Uran is also on the SSN, and they're pretty much in the same dungeon at the exact same time, on the exact same route, on the exact same speed. The gap is still there. There's still a decent gap between him and between Marson and Uran here. So, yeah. Well, on the other hand, Sadness is still making his way down the route. There's a lot of trainers there, and there's not that many. There's not that many when it comes to the SSN left for Uran. Marson is still going to the SSN, who's on the first set of trainers, and Glazed is still on Route 11, clearing up all these trainers. Like, still moving much slower than you'd want him to be. And I don't really have to go to Grumple and Soup. You realize I haven't been studying them much. You realize you already know why. They love Brock. Brock loves them. They love Brock. Brock loves them. I hope you guys are happy because I did that, cause I know y'all enjoy what I don't enjoy. So yeah, there's that. Oh my lord. Alright, so Uran is now finally going to face off against the rival with a Blastoise. Sadness is in second place. His Combuskin is now evolving into Blaziken. Glazed Larvitar just learned Thrash. Gonna be very useful coming up because it doesn't even use up that much power points, which is gonna be very good. It might be a decentish move for actually closing the gap on Mario Sonic Star. Oh yeah, Blaziken also learns Blaze Kick, which is really good. And with that, Uran defeats Ivysaur, and the rival battle goes down. Basically, he doesn't have anything else that can literally live anything that Blastoise is gonna throw at it. So that's about it. And the next rival battle is also gonna basically go the same way as War Blastoise. Is gonna be a lot higher leveled, and to top it all off, which is gonna make things even worse for Mr. Rival. Celadon City has Ice Beam, so Blastoise isn't gonna be afraid of Ivysaur for a long time. He might be afraid of Venusaur, but he's not gonna be afraid of Ivysaur at all. For the last time he shows up, at least. After that, it's all Venusaur because we have the sixth rival battle and such coming up. So, woo, that's gonna be scary. That's gonna be really scary there. Now there you go. Uran also now has Cut, which means he's gonna go ahead, grab the Paras, and he's gonna be the first into Lieutenant Surge's gym with just 15 minutes remaining. Absolutely insane. Well, we have Sadness still having 3 more trainers on that route to go. Their paths are very close to converging right now. Very, very close to converging. So, you'll be able to tell who's leading and who's not very... Well, you can already tell who's leading. You can already see that Uran has got a pretty decently sized gap going. But you'll be able to see how big his gap is very shortly as Sadness moves along. And Soup and Crumple are still getting bodied. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Luck-based strategies are not working out very well. Now, Larvitar once again loves getting poisoned for literally no reason. He got poisoned by Poison Point there, so that's where I basically was like, God damn it, what is this luck? Teaching cut to the Paras. And now, to the gym, Blastoise goes. Sadness fighting the final trainer on the route. Meaning Sadness is now roughly about 3 trainers behind. And made that 4. So Marcin is clearing through the SSN. He's a decentish distance behind Blastoise here, but he's making his way through on the bottom part, I believe. Now, very close to the end there, making decent distance here. You can tell that he's in third, but you can tell that his third is not like supremely far behind Uran or Sadness. Like, there is a gap between him and Uran. You can see it plain as day. But his gap between himself and Sadness is also probably not that huge. It is very similar to the gap between him and Uran. It's very clear, but that there's a gap, but it's not like it's going to be crazy. We also have Glazed now tackling the SSN as well. So Glazed has a ways to go there. Sadness making his way up to go and challenge Misty now. He still has all of the trainers in Misty's gym, while Uran is currently wiping out Lieutenant Surge's gym. The question is, will Uran be able to finish off Surge's gym before Sadness is able to deal with Misty's gym? That is the real question. Sadness has to go all the way around because he doesn't have cut, unfortunately, so he does have to go all the way around before, instead of just going through there. But Sadness has already fought all the trainers in Misty's gym. It's just Misty, so due to his attempted before, so he's not that far behind. And the thing about it is, this puzzle is very annoying in Surge's gym, and it is very much a luck-based puzzle, so you have to hope that you find the switch and that you don't accidentally misclick like I did just there and accidentally lose the switch. So yeah, lots of human error with Urantan. So now he goes for Dig on the Starmie. He gets a critical hit, and the Starmie goes down, and Blaziken wins. Marcin heads to the upper area of the SSN, making his way there, and Larvitar is still making his way through the lower area. Larvitar still has yet to see an evolution occur. And now we see that Uran can be caught. We see the gap between Sadness and Uran, and it's not that big of a gap because of the locks. But Uran finds the locks, gets open, and is now facing off against Surge. Sadness is roughly 3 trainers behind. Sadness is going to go ahead and grab the Paras and teach it cut. And Glazed finally evolves from Larvitar into Pupitar. Very much a needed evolution. Gives him a lot more stats to work with, a lot more defense, a lot more attack. He's definitely, desperately was in, and more speed, most importantly. He was in desperate need of that. And that might be what he can use to his advantage to take out Misty. If I recall, he still has an additional rare candy if he's unable to outspeed Misty when it comes time to it, but should be fine. Right now, we just see Uran taking out Surge with Dig on his Raichu, and that is that. Surge is down. Uran moves on. Sadness goes ahead and gets his bike, and is now on his way to Surge. But there we have it. 4 trainers behind now for Sadness, but Sadness also has the bike, which Uran is going to have to go get. So here's where I make another human error with Uran, and it's very much the last human error I could possibly make. And it's a pretty sizable one because it's going to cost him time when I start part 2 for him. And that is, I forgot to buy repels. Yeah, I forgot to buy repels here. I bought repels with Sadness, but I did not buy repels with him when we get to that point. So, unfortunately for Uran, he is actually, while he is definitely ahead, he's going to lose a bit more time because I believe I put the gap between them as a roughly like maybe a 2-minute gap at this point, which isn't that huge of a gap. One unlucky feint could be the end of that. So in the case of but anyway, we basically have our leaders as you look at it. We have Uran 10 gonna be leading very slightly due to, even with the tremendous, because Uran had a lot of bad luck. Uran fainted twice at the start. He fainted to the first trainer because of poisoning, and then he fainted to the rival because of sand attack. And then he fainted to the Butterfree that he should not have fainted to. He had a lot of bad luck at the start, which is why Blaziken is even that close to him. Blaziken was not without his own share of bad luck. Blaziken fainted to the rival number 2 option battle and also fainted to Brock. But that Brock feint wasn't bad luck. That Brock feint was the fact that Brock literally was just really strong in comparison to Torchic. Treecko had some terrible luck when it came to poisoning and such, but has also evolved into Sceptile. I missed that. But yeah. And there we have it. Is now on the route heading towards Rock Tunnel. And Sadness is looking for the locks now. Just like Ewan was not that long ago. And there we go, both locks open, and now Sadness is due to fight Surge. Liz is still making his way through the SSN, collecting the berries in the trash, which everyone did, by the way. That was not a time loss, everyone did that. And Marson is making his way through the SSN as well. Getting very close to the end of it, very close to that rival battle. So, as we approach the end, I want to thank everyone so much for watching, and I hope you guys had a fun video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that the music I chose ends up being good. I don't even know what music I'm going to choose for this. Yet, but I hope that the music I choose for this ends up being really, really good. It's probably going to be some local Syncits music because I'm probably going to use a stream playlist that I have set up and just have it loop. Or just use specific tracks from it at least. The tracks I feel won't get me copyrighted, because I know some of those tracks are definitely like licensed and some of them are just there. And by local I mean Syncits music, yeah. But yeah, there we go. Sadness is now making his way up towards the Rock Tunnel, and Marson has absolutely decimated the rival. One more Pokemon to go. While Glaze is also making his way towards the rival. With only 4 minutes to go. Both Soup and Crumple are still fighting Brock. They've been fighting Brock for a very long time, guys. They have literally been fighting Brock for a very long time. And both have different strategies, and both these strategies rely on luck. But here is something that I want you guys to look at. Now, Beedrill's strategy is very luck-based up until a point. That point, the point where Beedrill's strategy goes from luck-based to he's definitely gonna win, is level 20. At level 20, Beedrill learns the move Twin Needle. Twin Needle was the best bug-type move in Gen 1 and was exclusive to Beedrill. It is not that good of a move, but it basically is a bug-type move. It has, I think, roughly, I think it has like 30 power or so, and it hits twice. Rock does not resist bug. Ground does not resist bug. So, for this one, it's going to go really well, where once he gets Twin Needle, he's guaranteed to get past Brock. On the other hand, Eevee's guaranteed move to get past Brock is at level 30 with Bite. And in fact, if Eevee actually wants to beat Brock, Eevee has to do it before level 22. At level 22, Eevee is going to learn Quick Attack, and Eevee needs Quick Attack on its moveset. It needs more moves so it has more power points so it can attack through. However, all the moves that Eevee has now, Tail Whip, Growl, Sand Attack, are all crucial for taking out Brock at an early level. And it is going to take a lot of tries for that to happen. So, for this, Crumple is not in a good spot at all. Marston has made it to the 3rd gym. He's a decent way behind, and he's gonna not have enough time to do Lieutenant Surge. He has to do the whole lock puzzle and all that stuff. He's not gonna have enough time to get to the Lieutenant Surge. So that's gonna be that. Glazed is making his way through. I believe Glazed does not have enough time to defeat the rival, but he should make it to the rival. So we're basically coming up on the point where everybody ends their run. So, for recap purposes, since we have like 1 minute left, leading right now we have Uran 10, Blastoise Evolutionary Run. Literally not that far behind, right on his tail, is Unlimited Sadness, Blaziken, chasing him down. Third place in the 3rd gym, we have Mario Sonic Star. He's making his way up, and it's slowly but surely catching. I wouldn't say he's catching up, but his gap is not that far anymore. He's definitely a lot closer to Uran and Sadness than they both realize, and with some insane luck could actually catch the two of them. He's not that far behind. Glaze is on the SSN and is essentially defeating the rival right now, making his way up. And finally, we have both Crumple and Soup, who are tied in last place, and it is very unfortunate to the two of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah.
How can you stop the party like this? We need to have a wonderful time. You know what? I am going to go away. I am going to go away. Goodbye. See you later. I can't believe you don't do party like this. Shame on you.